for goals, scouting for goals. We want the finish, we want the goal. Scouting for goals, scouting for goals. Say it with us now, let it unfold. Scouting for goals. Scouting for goals.
This series is sponsored by Clayton Property Care. From everybody at Scouting for Goals podcast, rest in peace to South African Jayden Adams, who sadly died at the age of 25. Hello and welcome to episode 10 of the Scouting for Goals podcast. Can you believe we're on episode 10 already? Well, technically we've done more than 10 because some of them aren't. Yeah, we did that special, didn't we? But we've done 10 of these normal episodes. That's like 2.5 months worth.
Yeah, our first mini milestone.
I know. Yeah, so thanks for joining me. As always, I'm joined by Dean and I'm joined by Ryan, who's not, this hasn't been planned. We're matching tops.
Yeah.
But that wasn't planned, was it, today? As you can see behind us, we've put up the England Jude top after his magnificent performance yesterday. I mean, we'll touch on that later anyway, but yeah. We're a bit happy today. We're very relieved. Very happy. You probably would have had a slightly different podcast if we'd have lost, to be honest. We'd have all been a bit down and
maybe not have done a podcast.
Nah, we'd have done it, but
crying in the corner.
Yeah, probably. Talking of milestones, Dean, we've actually just hit 2,000 followers on Instagram. So thank you to everyone that's followed us on there. And we're on about 131 on TikTok. So we are slowly getting the numbers up, branching out.
Yeah. Thanks to everybody that's followed. It's greatly appreciated.
So now we're doing all right. Now you've not got an impression for us today, have you?
No.
Purely on the fact of time and... Yeah. We've sort of ran out of ideas from over the last few weeks, so we're going to try and bring that back soon.
I think there's a few in the bag that I could potentially use at some point, but I think they might need a bit of refinement first. I've been a bit shakier on a few other ones.
Well, I've heard as well where Ryan works, we're quite a famous topic, Sam was saying yesterday. But everyone seems to know about the pod.
People are listening to the podcast, to be honest with you, so, you know, who knows where this goes.
The views of the last few episodes have been going up and up and up, so, you know, more people are listening to it now. So that's good. In terms of non-World Cup related content, there's not been very much that's happened. Obviously, we always start off with the transfers of this week. I've got probably about 8 on here. We've got that Chelsea are open to selling Garnacho this summer. He only joined last season, didn't he?
Yeah,
he was only last season, yeah.
Not made much of an impact, has he, in his time there? I think he struggled for form massively, so I'm not surprised that they're trying to move him on at all.
Ipswich, newly promoted. They've signed Emerson from Toulouse in France for £26.5 million. He made 31 appearances in League One last year, getting 10 goal contributions, 7 goals, 3 assists. I'll be honest, I've never heard of him. No. So we seem to say this about almost all of these.
Yeah, don't know ball.
But all I know is he's about 6'3", I believe. He's a fairly big unit.
I think you can always find some good gems in the French league as well, so we'll see how that one turns out.
Whether he'll keep Ipswich in the Prem, though, is a different story.
Yeah, we'll see what that is.
A name we do know, Callum Wilson's gone to Brentford on a free.
Yeah, it's a weird one, isn't it?
It is a weird one, but it's a 1-year contract as far as I'm aware. So it's a low risk, potentially high reward, isn't it?
Yeah.
Tyreek George has gone from Chelsea to Everton, and it's could rise up to 24 million with add-ons. I haven't seen much of
he was there at Everton last season, wasn't he? So.
I haven't seen much of him though, so I can't comment on how good of a signing that is. But
young and English, so we know how that usually goes.
Future England team.
Hype him up in
the fees, especially as well.
Now, Radu Dragusin, do you remember when he first joined Spurs, the Romanian centre half?
Yeah, he was quite highly rated to begin with, wasn't he?
Obviously, they've signed a couple of centre backs, haven't they, this season? Spurs. He's gone out on loan to Fiorentina in Italy, and they've got an obligation to buy for about 21.5 mil after so many games played. So probably the end of Dragusin at Spurs. Another strange managerial change. Arbeloa has gone to Fulham. So, he had a brief stint at Madrid, didn't he, earlier on in the year while they were waiting for the new manager to come in. They've obviously opted for Mourinho now. But yeah, Alvaro Arbeloa has gone to Fulham.
Yeah.
Just the proper...
Another Spanish manager to add to the ranks, probably.
Interesting. Will be interesting whether that works out, because he never played in the Prem, did he, Arbeloa?
He played for Liverpool.
Did he?
Did it?
And he played for West Ham.
I completely forgot. Liverpool.
Yeah.
Now, apparently, a player that I said, I think he was in my my group stage starting 11 in the last episode. Johan Manzambi, the Swiss centre mid.
Yeah.
He's agreed £49 million with Newcastle, so it looks like he could be going there. That looks like
Unless Liverpool hijack it again.
possible.
Sniffing around. I mean, with Bruno G going most likely as well. Then
Yeah, he's going to Arsenal.
definitely need midfield.
But that's definitely going to be either, like you said, a Bruno replacement or Sandro Tonali replacement, isn't it? And the last and the final one on here is that Andre Santos has gone to Man United for about 50 mil. Has it been confirmed yet?
No, I don't think. I think he's pretty much all but done, isn't he? But I don't think it's been.
I know
officially
terms and that
yet.
have been agreed, but it just hasn't been official.
I think it's just all but done, isn't it?
Details, I think finalised, I think.
Now, one I haven't put on here, because I can't remember his name, but who's the name of the guy Wolves have signed it? That winger.
Radiki Saif, I want to say.
It's Saeed, isn't it?
Saeed, yeah, that's it.
Saeed.
Rafiki, I'm getting the letters mixed up. Rafiki Saeed, yeah, that's it.
Where did you get him from?
Where was he playing again?
Was it Belgium?
I know, I think it was Belgium.
Antwerp?
Yeah, it was Belgium, that's it. He was playing in, Belgium. You got him for around 10 million, I think, 9 million, and then like $1 million in add-ons, which, people are saying we've overpaid for him, but it's somebody that's apparently meant to be a bit more direct and that will take on players. So,
and his winger position that you need.
Yeah, I'd say it's definitely somewhere where we're a bit weaker last season. I'd still say we definitely need some more creative players in there as well, because if we're going to have these attacking players, then we need somebody that's going to be able to create these chances for them. But, it's at least offers us something a little bit different that we've been missing last season, so we'll see how that goes on.
I hope he works out for you, but I hope he's crap against Blues. So, there we go.
Fair American.
Have Liverpool done any business?
No, I think it's still quiet on Liverpool front at the moment. I think just waiting to see if anyone can come in the door. 'Cause I think we'll see a bit more after the World Cup's finished. So
I hope so, because we've only made 2 signings so far. We signed John Solis, as we said a few episodes ago on the
big fan of him.
and then we've signed Middlesbrough's captain Dale Fry.
Yes, did see that.
He got to the playoff final last year. Captain Middlesbrough, Captain Middlesbrough. Yeah, we got him on a free. Very good signing.
A decent signing, that is. Yeah.
So, but it's a bit quiet at the minute. We've had a few murmurs going round, but that's it currently. So it's been quite a quiet week. But like you said, I think with the World Cup, starting to come to an end.
Cup's on, and then as we come out of the World Cup, we'll start to see a lot of moves being made.
Well, let's touch on some of these games that have happened this week. It seemed like we've had a lot of games, hasn't it, recently? They've come thick and fast, with it being the latter stages of the tournament. So a week today was Brazil-Norway. Now, Brazil lose that 2-1, with Haaland getting a brace in what would be his final 2 goals in the tournament.
Thankfully.
However, Norway remain the only team out of 91 teams that Brazil have faced that Brazil have never beaten. So they've never beaten them. They've had 2 draws and 3 losses to Norway. That's clearly a bit of a bogey team for Brazil. And it was Haaland's 3rd multi-goal game at this World Cup, joint 3rd for all-time braces in a single World Cup campaign. Only 2 players have had more in a single World Cup tournament. One being Just Fontaine, who seems to be in every single stat at the minute for us. And somebody called Sandor Kocsis.
Don't have a clue.
I think he was Hungarian or something along those lines. And at the time of when I read this, I know it's not the case now, but he was joint top scorer with obviously Messi and Mbappe.
Yep.
Now, he had a cracking tournament, hadn't he, Haaland? Obviously, we'll touch on the England games a bit later. But Norway can be proud of themselves, can't they? Obviously, beating the likes of Brazil in a World Cup. First time they get to a World Cup quarter-final as well.
Never making it this far as well. I think Haaland himself has done extremely well in this tournament. I mean, he was already a huge name as well, but I think he's managed to amass an even bigger following after this World Cup. I think he gained like 20 million followers on Instagram and has become like viral everywhere since the World Cup started. So,
but no,
really good showing for Norway.
I was sort of saying yesterday, if Norway had have knocked us out, I think they'd have been the team I'd have wanted to have gone on and won it, to be fair. I've got nothing against Norway at all. I really like Norway.
Yeah, I'd have said for them to progress and win it. That's what I'd have wanted as well.
It's also the first time in World Cup history that 3 different players have scored 7 or more goals in a single World Cup tournament. We've been spoilt, I think, this World Cup with high caliber players just showing that, their quality. Normally we sometimes have someone that no one's really ever heard of, like we had James Rodriguez and but we've had the world class players have been world class in this tournament.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
And I think we've been really privileged with that. We've got a Brazil stat here of Neymar's only the second Brazilian to score in 4 World Cups. Behind who, do you think?
I'd say Pele, but
behind Pele. So only Pele has played in 4 as well.
I know he didn't really feature in one because of injuries, but
Ronaldinho, no.
No, according to this, no. But I just think it's fitting because I've never hated Neymar.
Yeah.
But in what looks to be his final game for Brazil, he gets that.
I think that was the
last goal.
That was the one thing I did love about that game as well. Seeing Neymar in probably what will be his last ever kick, maybe not just even in a World Cup, like potentially in a Brazil shirt, because it was almost like a farewell and like a bit of a motivator for the Brazilians to see Neymar at the World Cup. So
another stat, if you're Brazilian, I don't think we've got any Brazilians yet, but they're not going to like, is since defeating Germany in the 2002 final, they've been eliminated from each of their last 6 World Cup knockout stage ties against European opponents. So clearly they're struggling against the European teams, and it's interesting because I think on the one episode you weren't here and Sam took over, Sam was saying that the Brazilian league's not what it once was.
No.
And the European teams have took over slightly, haven't they? And clearly by that stat they have struggled to adapt to the way Europeans play. Even like the Norwegians now have, adapted.
We said at the start of the tournament, and we said when we were making our predictions who would get close to the final, I don't think any of us had Brazil being near the top, did we?
No.
I mean, since Neymar as well, it's not like we've really seen somebody come from the Brazilian league and make a big splash in any of Europe's leagues, really.
The only one you could argue a case for was Esteval.
I was going to say, I was just about to say, apart from Esteval recently for Chelsea, he was fantastic.
And even then he's been a bit up and down, hasn't he? And playing for Chelsea, you're never guaranteed a ton of minutes.
No.
But I mean, ending that Brazil game with this, right? Haaland won all 4 of his aerial duels against Brazil, and he has the best aerial duel success of any striker to contest more than 15 at the World Cup since 1966. So, and in brackets here, he won 14 out of 18, 78%. And I put in brackets here, link to Dan Burn. So, obviously I was going to say we need to play Dan Burn against Norway.
Yeah. He came on.
He didn't start, which I think is what I was going to go on to.
Yeah.
Monday. What a day that was. I know we watched it all in different locations. I was here with you. You were at the pub. That's got to be one of the best England performances I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Especially defensively. It was definitely the most nerve-wracking game I've ever watched.
You were a mess, weren't you?
I was struggling to watch at points.
Just the game as a whole as well, from start to finish, was just
had everything. It
was so tense, but the game itself, I mean, it's got everything you would want to see.
As a neutral, I bet it was great to watch.
Yeah, absolutely.
In typical England fashion, though, we didn't make it easy. We became the first team ever to beat Mexico at the Azteca in a World Cup match. So that was, some history that we've made. Harry Kane is the first player on record since 1966 to score a penalty and concede a penalty in a World Cup.
Yeah, I've seen that stat.
Now, the reason why I think all of these go back to 1966 is I think that's when the football records began. I don't actually think all of this happened in 66. But it's just, all of this it's been that long since, well, you could argue it's never happened if it's gone back that far. Bellingham was also the first player to score 2 goals at the Azteca for the first time since Diego Maradona, 1986 against Belgium. Loads of great things that happened this game. Have we got anything else that's interesting? They conceded more goals than all of their previous 10 World Cup matches at the Azteca combined. So before that game against England, they'd conceded 2 goals in their last 10 at the Azteca. We scored 3 in one match. Well, we scored 2 in 90 seconds.
Yeah.
So,
It's probably one of the most exciting 2 minutes of football I think I've ever watched.
And this is one of my favourite stats of the whole thing, right? After coming on in the 75th minute, Dan Burn made the joint most clearances, 6. It's the most clearances made by a player subbed on that late into a World Cup game on record since 1966. 49 crosses were sent in by Mexico, and were the most that England have allowed in a World Cup match in over 60 years. 49 crosses. It was just one after another.
It was relentless, wasn't it? We were saying like for half, it felt like a whole half because you had the extra.
It was 11 minutes.
Well, you had the extra 11 minutes, and then obviously, what time was the sending off? Was it 60th, 70th minute?
I think it was earlier than that. It was around the 55th, 56th, I think. Maybe even early 60s.
I think it's what gives me a bit of faith as we start to look towards Argentina and, those bigger sides as well, is our ability in that game under constant pressure to be able to hang on and defend as well as we did. So hopefully that can continue.
Now, it was by far the most tense game I've ever watched, and defensively we were great. Now, as we'll touch on later, when we play Norway, it's a completely different type of game. There's a lot more physicality involved. Norway are a better footballing team. They're more aggressive, and the tactics had to be completely different. I think going into this Mexico game, it was, let's just, stay calm for the first 20. Let's get over the heat, let's get the altitude out of the way and just stop them from scoring, and from there we'll try and pick them off, and that seemed to be what we did. Norway wasn't like that, was it? Also on Monday was Portugal-Spain, and I was watching this at home and I thought this is going to extra time penalties. Mikel Merino wins it for Spain. I believe it was quite late on. Spain reached the World Cup quarterfinals for the first time since they won it in 2010. I don't know. And they've equalled their record from 2010 for the most clean sheets in a single World Cup, which was 5. They're the first side to keep 6 clean sheets in a row, which is building on from their last game in 2022. Probably the most standout thing from that was Ronaldo's retirement from Portugal.
Yeah,
he officially announced it now?
He announced it after that game. He's obviously going to be Portugal's GOAT, isn't he?
Yeah, no doubt.
I think it was the right thing for him to do. I think as good as he was holding the team back a bit, wasn't he?
Yeah.
They can't keep building a team around a 40, 41-year-old.
No, they need somebody that's going to be able to, run and be able to make plays and not have to rely so heavily on the others around him. I think there was definitely a lack of expression and freedom in that Portugal team because I think everything was so integrated into trying to let Ronaldo be the one that could make the difference, and I think we've shown that he's not still able to do it at that level at the moment compared to certain Lionel Messi that can.
It's interesting because obviously if Portugal had have won that game, who would they have played in the semis? Who was it? In the quarters, sorry.
Belgium.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Belgium.
I could have seen Belgium winning that, which would have obviously put them against France in the semis.
Yeah.
While we were talking about Marino as well, fun little fact I found out in 2016-17 when Tom Tuchel was the manager of Dortmund, Marino played centre-back in that team.
No way.
So it's crazy to show like he can actually just do it all. Like he's played centre-back, primarily he's now a midfielder and has also played striker for Arsenal. So just be everywhere.
He's a good player, and as we'll touch on later, he saved Spain again.
Come up with some big goals, hasn't he?
In their following game.
Yeah.
Briefly back onto Ronaldo, made 6 World Cup appearances, most of all time, I think, with Messi. 27 appearances, played over 2,000 minutes, and got 11 goals, meaning he finished 9th, 1 goal behind Pele in the all-time goal scoring rankings. I don't think there's going to be a better Portuguese player than Ronaldo.
Oh no,
for a long, long time,
if ever.
Yeah, I was going to say definitely not in my lifetime.
I mean, when you talk about the GOAT debate, I mean, for us especially, because those are the players that we've grown up with. But I mean, you have Messi and Ronaldo at the forefront of that. So to see somebody be able
Jude
to have
Bellingham.
the longevity, Big Jude, to have the longevity in the career that Ronaldo's had. I mean, especially not in our lifetimes. I can't see it personally. But
Tuesday then was, you could argue, one of the most boring days for it. We had 3 matches. We had America, Belgium, Argentina, Egypt, and Switzerland, Colombia. Bar the Argentina game, none of them really stood out as, this is going to be a good game.
I think the main talking point was the USA-Belgium game, wasn't it?
That was a great link, that was, because that's what we wanted.
Yep.
So, America obviously lose 4-1 to Belgium. De Ketelaere getting 2, Van Aken and Lukaku scoring for Belgium, Malik Tillman for the States. Now, obviously, Balogun got a red card in that game. I'm guessing you've both seen the video of what he did.
Yeah.
On the back of, I forgot what player it was.
Yeah.
And as a result, as expected, got shown the red card, misses 1 match. FIFA then get involved after some conversations with Trump, let's say. All of a sudden,
that what we're calling it? Conversations.
What?
Or is that what we're calling it? Conversations? Well, I think it's probably something different.
Depends how political we're going to get. Not a political podcast, both. That 1 game suspension it was suspended for another year, right? The problem with that is, where's the line? And I think Tuchel touched on this after the Quansah red card of, well, can we now appeal ours? Is ours going to get suspended for a year? I don't know. But I just wanted to know what your opinions were on that entire saga, because it seemed a bit of a one rule for you and no one else is going to have that rule. Yeah,
I think it's just a bit shocking, really. I think it takes away from the integrity and the value of the competition when something like that's happening, especially because obviously it's being held in the USA as one of the hosting countries as well. And I think that's what makes it more dodgy. Yeah, somebody, obviously the President of the United States, is directly getting involved with that and being able to overturn things that, as we know, should be final once it happens. I mean, obviously you can make appeals in some cases, but in that instance it was a red card and it should have stayed that way. So I think if you're going to do that, then it just tarnishes part of everything that the competition should stand for. Like, why are we allowing this to happen? Because in that case, then you're telling me that we can make allowances in other cases as well, and it just, I don't know, it just left a really sour feeling. What was your opinion?
It's opened up Pandora's box, hasn't it? It's you've set
Victoria's Secret
and Victoria's Secret, whatever you want. It's you've opened up a can of worms there for any. Like I said, one rule for one rule for another. If Donald Trump's able to, he's come out and said that he knows all this stuff about football. He doesn't have a clue, does he?
Somebody compare it to, imagine NBA came to England for a World Cup, for instance, and then England are playing some team in this basketball tournament. And we decided, actually, we're going to change the rules of basketball, which is obviously an American sport. Yeah. That wouldn't go down well either, would it?
What would happen if he scored or he got the winner to send them through? There'd have been an absolute uproar, and then it would have created. Belgium would have come out and said, "Well, this isn't right because he shouldn't have played," and it just would have gone on and on and on, and it's just ridiculous, to be honest. The other thing I wanted to touch on is with the red card situation. I'm a little bit unsure and questioning as to why that every other red card this tournament has just been 1 match suspensions, yet Quansah has seemed to have got 2. What's that about? That
apparently it's because we appealed it because of the States thing, and the rule is that if your appeal fails, they can up it to 2. Is what I've read. It is silly. But I do think this entire saga motivated Belgium. Oh yeah, and ultimately they've smashed.
I think all they did is lit a fire under Belgium. You could see with them mocking certain people in their celebrations.
Did you see one of the celebrations? I was going to say the dance, the Trump dance. Yeah, one of the celebrations.
I was quite amused by, but I don't think the result would have been as convincing as it was for Belgium. I mean, I have rated them as a side this competition. I think they've still managed to be a decent team, even after, De Bruyne's in his later years. Obviously, they don't have Hazard anymore. That top team that we've touted as underdogs for so long aren't quite to the standard that they were, but I think they've done well considering.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say their best finish in a World Cup was 2018, and I've put here golden generation.
Yeah.
Where they finished third, defeating England in the third place game, which is the most pointless game in football.
Yeah.
So we also had Argentina, Egypt. I watched most of that one.
Yeah, and that was
at one point I thought, oh my God, Argentina were going out there.
I think I agree.
What a comeback from Argentina, to be fair to them.
Yeah.
Messi obviously missed a penalty that game, and he's the first player to miss 2 penalties in the same edition of the World Cup, excluding penalty shootouts. So that's not one you'll want to remember.
No, we won't. No, definitely.
But again, there was controversial referee decisions during that one.
The disallowed goal for Egypt.
Yeah, and they should have had a penalty late on, arguably.
Yeah.
But at this point in time, it was 21 World Cup goals for Messi, and he's 8 for the tournament. Is he still on that? He's not on 9.
8 for Messi and Mbappe.
But it's, there's then been a big talking point of the referees are favouring Argentina, and
that it's been rigged because they've had the weakest side of the bracket as well.
Egypt come out and reported them, didn't they?
Yeah, I've got a few more facts on that later, but I think that's when we get to the England bit.
Wasn't there a case as well where 4 or 5 of the officials were all Argentinian as well, or something like that? Or that could be happening. I've heard a lot of talk about biased officiating and things like that.
I know for a fact that English referees can't referee in Argentina game because of the war, like 60 years ago. Seems like.
Yeah, I know. There's
surely
been a lot
all over. Like, we've got a German
goals.
manager, for God's sake.
Yeah. Yeah, we've moved on.
So it just seems a bit silly, in my opinion. Switzerland 0, Colombia 0, pretty boring. Straight penalties.
Yeah.
Manzambi injured for Switzerland in that game.
Yeah, it's a big loss for them.
And the
shootout was ridiculous.
Yeah, exactly.
You see the shootout, some of the penalty that Kanji miss was horrendous.
I've been trying to wrap my head around as well in these penalty shootouts why they've had so many centre backs taking some of their first penalties in a lot of these shootouts instead of attackers, experienced attackers that are used to.
There's been a lot of stutter penalties as well. And then they miss.
That's it. That really annoys me. That does.
Thursday then. France 2, Morocco 0. I thought that was going to be a harder game than it looked for France. Morocco in every other game have attacked. They've, tested teams. I think they were scared against France, to be honest. They sat back. It weren't a performance that we were used to seeing from them.
No.
France reached the semi-finals of a World Cup for the 3rd consecutive time. 2018, 2022 and obviously 2026. They're the 3rd team to reach a semi-final in 3 consecutive World Cups. Germany did it 4 times. From 2002 to 2014, and they did it another 3 times in 82 to 1990. Brazil have done it 3 times, but that had 3 consecutive semi-finals. Mbappe has 14 goal contributions, tied with Messi for the most in the last 60 years. And Mbappe is the first player since 1966 to have 10 plus goal contributions in 2 separate FIFA World Cups, because he also got 10 in 2022.
Yeah. I think when all is said and done as well, I think there's already talk of it now, but I think Mbappe, at least currently as it stands, is probably going to go down as the best player in World Cup history, just for what he's able to produce on a consistent basis at the World Cup.
It helps he's got very good players around him as well.
Oh, absolutely.
He's got Elise next to him. They've got some great players, but it's going to be a tough one, and Spain-France is going to be interesting, to be fair. It's just a shame it weren't closer than what it was, because I did expect it.
Yeah, I think the game, I don't know if you watched the game itself, they never really looked Morocco, they're the same team throughout the tournament, did they? I obviously know they were missing the star man, wasn't they? That striker, what was his name again? Sabari, obviously, but I don't think that made much of a difference. I mean, France pretty much left Mbappe just up top, just to hit because of how high Morocco was, just to go and counter them, or if there was a set piece, they could just pick them off. You just touched on those stutter penalties. That Mbappe penalty was absolutely horrific, but then he followed it up by a great goal.
It was a great goal.
So he can redeem himself.
Friday then was the second quarter-final game between Spain and Belgium. Spain coming out 2-1, winners in that. Fabio Ruiz scoring along with Mikel Merino, saviour again. My notes from this: I didn't think Spain looked that good, to be honest. I thought they looked a bit slow compared to the likes of France. They don't look anywhere near the same sort of level. Courtois went off injured in what looks to be his last game for Belgium. Lamens came on to replace him and obviously had a bit of a howler, which led to
Spain winning. Yeah.
Marino's winner. And funnily enough, the De Ketelari goal that Belgium scored, it was the first goal Spain had conceded in 650 minutes at the World Cup, stretching back to the group stage of the 2022 tournament. That's mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then you got England, who can barely keep one at the minute.
Yeah.
But 650 minutes at a World Cup without conceding is sensational. Only twice has a substitute scored a winning goal for Spain at a World Cup knockout game. First was obviously Marino against Portugal. Second was Marino against Belgium. So, you know, he's doing very well off the bench for
being able to make a big impact. Up.
So, Spain versus France in the semi-final. What's your prediction for that?
I'm thinking, I think it's wise to say that I'm expecting France to pick up the win there. I don't think Spain will make it easy for them though, at all. I think the difficulty that Spain are going to face really is their, I don't want to say inability, but they're finding it harder to score big amounts of goals in these games. I think a lot of the games have been fairly close, or, you know, they've won by like 2-0 or whatever, let's say. And you've got a powerhouse like France who have the attacking talent of Mbappe, Elise, Dembele at their disposal. I have been very impressed with Spain defensively. I think Pau Cubarsi's been probably the standout centre-back of this tournament as well. Unai Simon in goal as well, been fantastic. So on a defensive side of things, they might hopefully be able to reduce the impact that France can have on them, hopefully making it a bit closer scoreline wise for Spain, which is where, you know, they might be able to shine a little bit. But I think attacking wise, I've not been too impressed with Spain. Obviously they've got Nico Williams out injured, which I think is a huge loss for Spain. Oyarzabal's had a pretty solid performance in tournament overall, I'd say, so far. And obviously Yamal, with the amount of games he's played in last season for Barca, and, you know, struggling with fitness a little bit. I don't think we've been able to see the best of Yamal this tournament. I think if we had a Yamal at full fitness and Nico Williams, we could be potentially looking at a
Yamal's had 2 or 3 players mark him each game. Though he's been very isolated, hasn't he? So what are you going? You said France win.
I'm going to say France. I'll just make a quick score prediction. I'm going to say, I think it's a tough one because I don't think it's going to be a whitewash for France, but I'm going to say 2-1. 2-1. I think it's going to be closer than we think. I think. What's yours then, Rowan?
I agree with Dean with a lot of it. I think if Spain, if it was the Spain in the Euros, that team, they were very good. They seem more defensively resolute this tournament, and I think obviously, like you say, not having Williams there, that targets Yamal more because he's obviously he's the main threat. As defensively as good as Spain have been this tournament, I always think attack normally prevails, and France's attack is just way too good. So I'm going to go 3-1.
Nice.
France.
I was thinking, as you were both saying that, it really is the best attacking team against the best defensive team, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
And for that reason, it's going to go down to pens, and I think France will win on penalties. Because I think Spain are going to be happy sitting back that little bit more than they would normally and trying to catch them on the counter. As I think France were a bit weaker at the back. So, I'm going to go maybe 1-1. France win on pens. Although I would prefer Spain to win from an England.
Yeah, I think we'd have an easier time of beating Spain than France. Absolutely.
Shall we on to yesterday then?
Yeah.
Go on then.
England 2, Norway 1. Again, another very nervy game, wasn't it? We went 1-0 down early on to... Who's the guy that scored again? I can't remember his name.
Shelderup.
Yeah, Shelderup, that's it.
Great cross.
It was a cracking cross.
Yeah.
It definitely weren't a shot.
Shamacked it.
what did you make of the performance? It definitely wasn't our best performance of the World Cup, was it?
Yeah, I don't think it was the most convincing. Defensively, again, looked a bit shaky at times. Norway sat back at times throughout the game again, which we then struggled. I think for us, a big concerning factor for me is we're having to rely on individual brilliance too much instead of being able to be a constant attacking creative threat. I think we're really struggling to create solid chances. I think if we were able to do that better, like Kane's had a solid tournament regardless, but it would really unlock somebody like a Kane and we'd be able to flourish even more than we have so far. There's definitely a few things there which are a bit concerning, I think, when we're coming into a game like Argentina. But I think, as we've seen throughout recent games as well, other sides, other big sides as well, have also struggled and not had the easiest time recently. So hopefully, it's not just the fact of England have been a bit shaky as well, because I think it's happened across the board, really, apart from, France have just been quality. But
as a quick counter to your argument of we're relying on individual brilliance, France have relied on Mbappe heavily. Argentina have relied on Messi. That seems to be a trend in the World Cup, isn't it? That single players get them through. England have been lucky because we've had two. We've had Kane and Bellingham. No other teams had that luxury. And defensively, I agree we were a bit ropey at the back, but I thought we kept Haaland out of the game brilliantly, which is just what we needed. I don't really remember him doing much. I think he had a header in the first half, maybe a header in the second half, and that was it. He arguably should have had a goal when Sorloth didn't pass to him. For some whatever reason, I don't know why he didn't.
It was shocking.
But on the whole, it weren't our best performance. It wasn't our worst.
No.
But to play badly and win is a sign of a good team, and we're making that a common theme now. So something somewhere is working.
Yeah, I think Tuchel come out and said afterwards how unhappy he was with the performance. He's going to come out and say that, isn't he? He's like in front of the press. He knows he's not. He knows deep down if we get to the final and win it, he's not going to care how we performed. He's not. He's come in to do one job and win this tournament. And like you say, yesterday, I think arguably that's probably the worst we've played alongside the Ghana game, in my opinion.
Worse than Congo.
Congo was pretty.
And the Congo game. The Ghana game because I think we should have lost that, to be honest with you. And the second half of that game yesterday, it was a tough watch. It was a real tough watch. You take Declan Rice out of that, and he brought on Eze, and I thought, well, okay, you've lost a bit in the midfield there. We seem to get overrun. He then decided to play Reece James in midfield, which. Okay, yes, he's done it for Chelsea, but he's never done it for England. There's like, why on earth are you doing that there? So there was a couple of tactical decisions I thought he was making a bit iffy, and I thought we were lucky to get to extra time after that second half performance anyway. But then we kicked on. I thought Saka, it was a slow grow, but he came into it in the extra time. He was causing problems, and like you said, James, it's a sign of a very good team when you come out of those games where you've thought we shouldn't have won this in the month of Sundays, and you've gone on and won it.
Well, we could say that for 2 or 3 games, can't we? This tournament.
Yeah, it's been a common
talking of sort of what you said with players in different positions. Obviously, Rice went off at half time. He hasn't been very well, has he? And you could tell he weren't at the races. Because of that, Jude then had to go sit alongside Anderson. And he put Eze in the middle, didn't he, to start with? And for ages, we couldn't create anything. Nothing was happening for us. That's then when he takes Gordon off, which I thought at the time, what are you doing? He's our most creative player. Put Eze out wide. Jude could go forwards a bit more again and put James, obviously, in centre mid. James's first pass was a bit questionable. It was under hit. It nearly cost us. Then obviously Konsa goes off. James went right back. We brought on Morgan Rogers again, and I thought Morgan Rogers was great. But we've got the ability, luckily, to.
You're feeling all right, James, saying that for a Villa player.
I just thought it was nice yesterday. Rogers got the assist, you can class it as. Jude got the goal. 2 lads from Birmingham sending us through. It was quite fitting. But I did think Rodgers was very good yesterday. I'll be honest.
He was very good.
But we've got the ability to, change players and put players in different positions.
Yeah.
We've got quite a versatile team. And I think that's the beauty of this England team. And I think that's why certain players have been left at home, like your Fodens and your Palmers.
Yeah. I think with Tuchel as a manager, he likes to have players at his disposal for different situations in a game, doesn't he? So I think it does explain why a lot of players have gone.
Some players that game are playing 2 or 3 different positions throughout the entirety of the game. But I mean, Jude's already on 6 World Cup goals this tournament. He was colossal. He seemed to be everywhere again, didn't he? Not as much defensively like he was against Mexico. But that first goal he scored was, what a touch. He created something from nothing. We had no options in the box. He beats 2 men. Great finish. And obviously that second goal, I've been saying to both of you, the one thing England haven't done enough of this tournament is shoot from outside the box when we can't break a team down.
Try something different.
And all it takes is a deflection or a keeper to parry it, and you've got a goal. Yeah. That's exactly what happened. And ironically, it was a former Villa keeper that messed up. So I gave him some stick for that. Sorry, Ocean Island.
You're not sorry.
No, I'm not. No.
You're not sorry.
Thank you.
That's all right.
But Bellingham really has the potential. If he's not already, I already think he is. I don't think Dean fully is on board yet, but I think he could be the greatest English midfielder of all time. Genuinely already. If you look at what he's done this tournament,
I think it depends on the basis of how the argument is made and in what context. Because for me, I don't think at the moment you can't say that Bellingham has surpassed the career of someone like Steven Gerrard, who for me is the best English midfielder of all time.
How many did Gerrard get at a World Cup?
What I'm saying is, if you're talking about individual performances for England, then I think Bellingham at this rate and how he's performing at the moment, you can say easily that he is, for England, he has been our best midfielder because he's just levels above.
Do you think he is, or he won?
Well, I agree with Dean. I think the longevity of it, I think, you've got to look at it in that aspect. You can also look at it in the aspect if Jude Bellingham goes on to win the World Cup, which is a very likely chance of happening now. Well, say likely. I think it's got.
We've got a 25% chance.
Yeah, you've got a good chance. You can't deny it, can you? He's won a World Cup. The others haven't.
Well, the others have never. The others had never got to a final.
Well, that's it. The others haven't. I mean, we've been to 2 finals in the last two tournaments that we've played in. We got to the World Cup final, didn't we? No, did we not?
We got to the
semi-final. Sorry, my bad.
The Croatia got to 2
Euro finals. That's my bad. Yeah. Sorry, 2 Euro finals. But we were a good chance to get into the World Cup final this time around. If he goes on and wins it, then I mean, I can see you getting excited just the thought of that now.
I mean, here's a stat that follows me when I read it this morning. Bellingham, 23 years old, obviously. He's had 6 World Cup goals in his very first World Cup campaign, right? This is for a midfielder, remember. Rooney, Shearer and Owen combined had 7. That's crazy.
That's a midfielder, isn't it?
But Rooney, I thought, he's only ever scored 1 World Cup goal, apparently.
Yeah.
That blew my mind.
Rooney in the World Cup was not
I think Shearer had 2, I believe, and I think Owen had 4. And Jude's one behind them with 2 games to go, and how many more World Cups? That blew my mind. That did. But only France, who obviously could get in the final if we beat Argentina, only France have created more big chances than England so far.
Which is bad to think, considering how we've been saying how many times this tournament that we haven't played very well.
It's defensively that we haven't played well. Though. France have created 27, we've created 25, and we've got the top scorers here. You look at the top, there's 7, 8, there's 9 players here. Everyone below a year's a ball in 7th is now out of the tournament, I believe. You've obviously got Messi and Mbappe at the top on 8. Haaland 3rd on 7. He obviously
won't be getting any more.
No, he can't now. Kane and Jude joint 4th on 6. Again, we're the only country with 2. France have got Dembele on 6, but on 5, sorry. And a year's about for Spain on 4. You look at that. I know Yerzabal's not an out-and-out striker. He's a winger, but he's still an attacking player.
Yeah.
Jude's a midfielder,
Yeah.
and he's in between Haaland, Kane, and Dembele.
Yeah.
That's staggering for him.
Yeah. To have six World Cup goals as a midfielder and to be among those
Exactly.
strikers is
And
ridiculous.
as a result, Jude and Kane are now England's top scorers at a single men's World Cup, which is 6. So they've equalled Gary Lineker's record from 1986 and Harry Kane's from 2018. But obviously, we've still got potentially 2 games to go. So one more goal from either of them, and that record's broken.
Yeah.
Obviously, in the early hours of this morning, Argentina played Switzerland. What was the score of that one? I forgot to write.
3-1. 3-1, yeah. Alvarez with a stunner in extra
Yes,
time.
it was. It went to extra time.
I can't remember who scored the third.
Gonzalez, I think, isn't it?
Now, the one thing that's interesting,
Enzo got one as well.
the main thing that stood out to me this game was I didn't think Argentina again were particularly good. As we saw against Egypt, they're beatable, and I think we could beat them.
No, it was
Now,
Lautaro Martinez.
Jed Spence was fouled in the box. Was it during extra time? Or was it? Yes, it was during extra time, wasn't it? Referee gave it. It was overruled by VAR. I think it was a stonewall penalty, to be honest. Now, I will put the picture on the screen on the podcast now. Argentina had the exact same penalty given. Very, very similar to the Jed Spence thing. But that one was given. And my argument is, where's the consistency of it? If you're not going to give it for England, why are you giving it to Argentina? And that comes back to this. I'm not saying for 1 minute it's been that Argentina have been favoured, but that's why people are starting to question things. And like one of the stats I wrote down earlier was, on average, every 22 fouls for Argentina results in a yellow card. For England, it's only 7.
Yeah, I think there's definitely been a lot more leeway when it comes to Argentina.
And again, the thing that doesn't sit well with people is Messi's playing in the MLS. America are going to want to boost their league. Messi winning the World Cup does that for them.
There's definitely a lot of factors in play there where it does create that narrative.
And that's why FIFA have got to be very careful, because I'm not saying for 1 minute that's what's going on.
No.
But I can see why people are getting that. People, I mean, look how many conspiracy theories are out there now. People are putting so much stuff together, and there's a lot of things that Argentina have got away with or have been let off with that other teams haven't, and you can see a bigger picture of it, can't you?
Very, very political episode, this.
I know. Well, that is the end of the politics now. But it's the first time in World Cup history that the 4 highest ranked teams have all got to the semi-finals. So, that should hopefully give us one of the best World Cups in our lifetime, shouldn't it? Fingers crossed. If you've made it this far, what should we have the hidden word as for this episode? Last week we had Poppadom. What should we have it? I know what we could have it as. Should we just have it as Bellingham?
Starboy.
Yeah, we have, Starboy, that's a sound one. Right.
From the weekend.
So So if you've made it this far, comment Starboy, DM us Starboy. I don't mind, and you'll get a shout out. We had one from last week. I don't know whether any of you have seen it. Me dad.
Chris Wevo.
Thanks for commenting. Poppadom.
I love Chris. Big up Chris. Love your YouTube videos, mate. Keeping up.
I also know that our sponsors at Clayton Property Care watched it.
Big up Dean. Lewis, sorry.
Big up me.
Big up Dean as well. Big up James. Also big up Lewis.
And that brings us to the end of this episode. Now, we can play Career Path and Family Footy Fortunes if you want to.
Yeah.
Are you both?
Right.
I'd beat that.
Sound.
I'm winning this one.
You're 5-0 down, mate, so you've got to have a good...
Yeah, well, you rigged. I did have political consultation with my advisories last week, so you did rig some of it.
Right then, let's play Career Path. So you both remember it from last week, don't you? How to play.
Yeah.
If you didn't watch last week's, I've got the career path of a player on here, and these two have got to guess who the player is.
Titus Bramble. Titus Bramble.
How have you got that?
Knew it.
So we did a practice last week. We're not going to do a practice this week, but Ryan, you really need to get a point on the board, mate, because it's getting closer. We haven't really discussed a forfeit, but I think just for the first one, we won't go anything mega extreme.
Yeah.
I don't know whether any of you have been to Pepe's before. We have a Pepe's by us, don't we?
Yeah,
and they have a really hot sauce.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking that the forfeit has to have It's like a rice and chicken box with that really hot sauce in it.
Which won't be me, so I'm fine. It's all
Well, at the minute it won't
it's all
be.
good.
Fighting talk.
So, are you both ready?
Yep.
Right then, so, let me just check something. All three of these players are retired, but they are all known players. Okay. Again, we've got a tiebreaker should we need it. So, number 1 starts the career off in Malmo. Okay. Second team, they then move for 3 years to Ajax. In 2004, he moves from Ajax to Juventus. From 2006 to 2009, Inter Milan. 2009 to 2011, Barcelona.
Samoleto.
No. 2010 to 2011, he went out on loan to AC Milan. Before being bought by AC Milan the following season. So 11-12 made it permanent to AC Milan.
Wait. Ibrahimovic.
6-0.
I'm sure we already have we already done Ibra? That's why I didn't go for it, because I was like, Malmo Ajax. I was
Yeah,
like,
he did.
Ibra.
I'm sure it was
But then
last week.
I'm sure we
Sure we did. We had Ibra last week. Yeah, we had an Ibra.
maybe we did it as a practice one of the times.
Yeah.
In which case then,
I'm sure.
That's a refresh.
there's your prize.
I've not lost a point.
Right, if that's my bad then. Right, we've definitely not done these two, right? This one's a bit tricky. We'll keep it at 5-0. That was your practice if we did that.
Sam, thank you.
I could do a quick fact check, but we'll do that before Footy Fortunes. Second player starts their career at North Jersey Imperials
Oh, yeah, that well-known club.
Yeah.
I love them.
before getting a move for 5 years to Metro Stars.
That's an American team.
Believe so.
Yeah.
1998, he went out on loan to MLS Pro 40. I don't know what that is.
Is it Freddie Adu?
It's not Freddie Adu now.
Oh, I thought we were going to go Freddie Adu because it was just a lot of American
This is where you'll start to recognise him. 2003 to 2007, Man United.
Tim Howard.
This guy, man.
This was
American, yeah, because he Everton, wasn't he?
It was Everton.
It was Everton. I would have got
Rapids,
Yeah.
Memphis.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
next
He was
player.
Everton for how many years, wasn't he?
If you get this one, Ryan, we'll do the tiebreaker. Who's a player that's still playing?
No.
But number 3, starts their career off at West Ham. Okay, 1999 to 2004. During that time, they had a loan period at Bournemouth. That won't be very helpful, I don't think. 2004 to 2008, Spurs. 2008, goes out on loan to Portsmouth.
Peter Crouch.
No.
Oh, no.
2008 to 2009, he was made permanent at Portsmouth. 2009 to 2014, he went back to Spurs.
Defoe.
Cabal.
Ooh, one of you's got it. Jermaine Defoe.
Flipping hellfire.
If you want Crouch, it's got to be Defoe. Yeah.
That's why I thought you might have got it when you said Crouch, because obviously Redknapp's in charge at Portsmouth and Redknapp's at charge at Spurs, and he kept bringing him back.
Yeah, that's it.
Should we do the tiebreaker, or do you not? Losing 7-0. If you choose to do this, Ryan, you could go out. You could also get a point. It's up to you.
Screw it, I'm losing anyway, so.
You're going to do it?
Yeah, I'm going to go for it.
You actually have a chance of, well, you've had a chance at all of them, but more than the other two. 2014 to 2022, Liverpool. 2015, you went out on loan to Crewe.
Pardon? Hang on. 2014 to
It
2022.
was at Liverpool. But then you went out on loan to Crewe in 2015, went out on loan to Hull in 2018. 2018-2019, he was on loan at Derby. 2019-2020, he was on loan at Bournemouth. 2020-2021, he was on loan at Cardiff. And 2021-2022, he was on loan at Fulham.
Harry
Wilson. Oh, flipping out.
Yeah, Harry Wilson. What's that then? 7 or 8?
Mate, I'm not,
Seven.
I'm not even keeping track of this.
It's alright, I'll change the score on here. 5, 6, 7, so it's 8-0 now.
Terrific.
Right.
Harry Wilson.
This is just, to be honest,
trying to
actually,
think.
I'm not the one that's losing this because I'm getting free chicken, so carry on.
Yeah.
For all I
Bring
care,
it on,
let's
chicken.
bring it on.
I'll have my standard rice.
Do one of you want to introduce Footy Fortunes this week? Do you want to cue the intro, anyone?
Hello guys and welcome to Footy Fortunes. play the theme song.
Welcome to Footy Fortunes, the best football quiz show in England. I mean, that is a thing, isn't it? Where did that?
The second episode.
Yeah, that's what Path and Footy Fortunes said. So it must be true.
bet.
So again, we played this last week. Dean also won this last week. No surprise there. Judging by the scores, it's basically a take on an 80s game show, which you should probably guess from the name. And the whole point is to get the 6 top answers of the question I'm giving you. Now, last week we used a secret word. This week we've got a bell. So if you want to shove that on your armchair, first one to hit the bell can answer rather than having a word.
This is where I full on miss it, just smack.
Just check it works.
Backhand.
Nice one. First time you've pressed the bell, mate.
We need to just check the centimetres, make sure it's just as far apart either way.
Right, so Ryan actually moaned last episode because he said I mugged him off. So when we're doing the question that determines who goes first, he was saying that because his was on the board, he should have started. Now, the way I did it was he got second, you then went and guessed top, so you started. How do you two want to play it? I'll let you two decide.
Oh, I'm happy to do it that second way. It's just the previous episode we did do it another way, which didn't get aired. So
there's no evidence of that, is there?
So there is no
evidence against yours.
Which is, yeah.
Which way would you prefer? Do you want to do it? Say you press.
I don't mind. I don't have a preference.
We'll go the way we went last week.
Right, okay, we'll keep it consistent.
Keep it consistent.
Right. So to determine who goes first one to press the, I was going to say buzzer, but we'll
it's
call
the bell.
The bell. First one to press the bell gets to go first, okay?
The Bellingham.
Well, that was great. Theme word.
Very, very much Bellingham themes this week.
Name me an English football stadium with the biggest capacity in England, Ryan.
Wembley.
Is Wembley on the board? It is, and it's top. You get to go first, mate. Well done.
Oh, thanks.
So
very England themes.
So, unfortunately for you, it's a fairly difficult question.
Oh, that's come on, bring it on.
You don't losing. Remember, you don't need to get all 6. You just need to get enough so Dean doesn't get it.
Terrific.
So, question 1. We'll make sure the question's on the Footy Fortunes graphic on your screen. First question for you, Mr. Rushworth. Most total free kick goals in Premier League history.
By a player?
By a player. Now, for some of these that have got the same amount, if you guess one of them, I'll give you all of them. So, for instance, there's 2 players in 4th. If you guess one of them, I'll give you both.
Oh, right, okay.
You haven't got to guess. There's also 4 players in 6th.
Okay.
So.
Oh, so. Blimey hell. Right, okay. So, Premier League history, most free kick goals scored.
Yep.
Okay. Right, I'm going to go one off the top of my bat. I'm going to go Frank Lampard.
Frank Lampard. Is he on the Footy Fortunes board? Yes, he's in 6th place. So he's also on there with Alberto Solano, Jamie Redknapp and James Maddison. With 9.
Maddison's on there?
9 free kick goals. I
wasn't expecting to see Maddison.
I was more surprised at Jamie Redknapp, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. So there's 6th. 6th on the board.
Okay. I know he hasn't been there long. I'm going to say Cristiano Ronaldo for free kicks.
Ooh. Let's have a look then. Is Cristiano Ronaldo on the board? He is. He's 3rd. He's also there with Henry and Zola, scoring 12. Seems to be the peak of his free kicks.
Yeah, Man United had a load of good free kicks, and
so you've got Henry, Zola and Ronaldo in 3rd, and Alberto Solano, Lampard, Jamie Redknapp and Maddison in 6th.
This is a tough one.
There is only 2 players on this list that aren't coupled up with another player.
Mm-hmm. Right,
which are the top 2.
Yeah.
I feel like Dean knows these top 2 players.
But he probably does. They're very well known.
Yeah.
You're getting the hard ones at the minute, so fair play.
Yeah. I wouldn't have gone for those to start with.
Free kicks. I'm gonna kick myself at this, aren't I?
Remember, you got 3 lives.
Okay, that's fine. Stevie G.
Oh, is Steven Gerrard on the board? No. There's your first life gone, my friend.
Okay. Oh, no. Premier League, I've got to think.
Ron Vlaar.
Oh.
I'm going to have to speed you up.
Okay, I'm going to go someone a bit unorthodox to name me. Robert Perez.
Oh, okay. Robert Perez. No. One left. I mean, two of these are easy, mate. I can't believe you haven't got either.
Yeah.
I'm going to kick myself, aren't I?
Yeah.
Gareth Bale.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
Gareth Bale to keep Ryan in it with a chance? No. So, Dean, you just need to get one.
David Beckham.
For goodness sake.
David Beckham.
Goodness sake.
Do you think he's there, Ryan?
Of course he is.
Let's have a look.
Number 1.
He is number 1.
Oh my God, bend it.
James Ward-Prowse, number 2 by any chance?
He is, yeah. Beckham's top with 18. Ward-Prowse is
He got
second.
really close, didn't he? But then just didn't score enough.
Why am I thinking
So this is the final leaderboard. Beckham's top with 18. Ward-Prowse second with 17. Henri, Zola and Ronaldo 12 in third. Laurent, Robert and Sebastian Larsson in fourth. They were probably the hardest. Yeah, probably the hardest one on there because you'd have only really guessed Larsson. Fifth was Ian Hart and Morten Gamst Pedersen.
Yeah, Pedersen was good.
And obviously sixth, Ryan got early with Norberto Solano, Lampard, Jamie Redknapp and James Maddison. Well, that was your chance, mate, and you're now finding yourself 9-0 down. So, let's move on to the last round of Footy Fortunes. So, I can't remember where we've done this one before. I think we may have done this one in the episode that didn't get aired, but I don't think you'd have remembered it anyway. So, to determine who goes first, name me a player with the most red cards in their career. Ryan.
Granit Xhaka.
Oh, okay. Is Granit Xhaka there? No, Granit Xhaka. So, Dean, you guess what's on the board, you get to start.
Is this like just all time, not just Premier League? Sergio Ramos.
Sergio Ramos.
Done this one.
Let's have a look. Second with 30. Gerardo Bedoya was top with 46. Pablo Alfaro, third with 27. Felipe Melo, fourth with 26. Edgar Davids, fifth with 25. And Paulo Montero with 23 and sixth. Don't know most.
Oh, wouldn't have known any of them.
Well, that's the reason why I chose that question, because if you go Ramos, So, you get to start, Dean, with this final round. So the question is, players with the most assists in history. This is according to the PFSA. I think it's the pfsa.co.uk. Did have it written down. Most assists in football history.
Well, Messi's got to be there.
Right, you go Messi?
Yeah.
Is Messi on the board? He's top 407 assists for Messi.
407 assists, wow. That's a joke.
Xavi.
The Barcelona Xavi, yeah? Mm-hmm. Good shout, actually.
Yeah.
Is Xavi on the board? No.
Who's the other Xavi you were thinking of, by the way?
Alonso.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Xavi.
Yeah.
I feel like there's going to be some obvious ones as well.
They're all known players. 1, 2, 3 are still playing, 3 are retired, I believe. But, like, recently retired.
I think it's more of a case of who's had, who's been able to compete at a high level for a long time. Kevin De Bruyne.
Kevin De Bruyne, is he there?
I don't think.
Fourth, 286.
De Bruyne, yeah.
There's one on this list that caught me off guard. You won't expect him to be on here, but he is. So Messi top 407 and De Bruyne fourth with 286.
Andrea Pirlo.
Ooh, Pirlo. Let's have a look. No. Second life
Play
gone.
a bit deeper sometimes, thinking about it. Luka Modric.
Oh, he's gone straight in with Modric. Is Luka Modric there? No. Oh! No Modric. So, Ryan, you just need to guess one.
I'm glad, I was actually going to say him.
So, talk us through who you're thinking.
Okay, right.
We've got Messi, we've got De Bruyne.
We've got Messi, De Bruyne, he's gone Pirlo, he's gone Modric, and who's the other one he got wrong? Xavi. So my thinking was sort of along the lines of midfielders.
Mm-hmm. There's such an obvious one, I didn't say.
Iniesta, Xavi Alonso even.
Steve said well.
Steve's, Glenn Whelan.
Etienne Capel.
Yeah, that's, great midfield. Stevie G, Paul Scholes, Frank Lampard, those types of Beckham.
Cole Henry.
So who are you going for?
Just to be on that list.
It's got to be called.
If you just need to get one. Otherwise, it's 10-0 to Dean.
Flipping hell. I'm going to go Iniesta.
Are you sure?
Yes.
100% sure?
The fact that you've asked me that makes me question that he's not going to be on the list now.
Well, I'm asking, are you 100% sure?
Yes.
Is Iniesta on the board? Dean, you're 10-0 up, my
Oh,
friend.
for goodness
See,
sake.
for me, I was thinking if Xavi's not there, then surely Iniesta won't
Now,
be, because I rate
this
Xavi as a
surprised me,
playmaker over
and I'm
Iniesta.
hoping this website's accurate, to be honest. They had Messi at the top on 407. Thomas Muller was second
Muller.
with 303.
Yeah. I wouldn't
Third.
call it, but yeah.
Third, and probably the most surprising, Luis Suarez. 298.
Complete forward though, wasn't he? Yeah.
Kevin De Bruyne,
Fourth.
as we know, 4th, 286. Di Maria was 5th, 278.
Yeah.
And 6th.
Yeah.
One of you should get 6th.
Ronaldo.
No, Ronaldo.
276.
Yeah, I was thinking Ronaldo.
Which is who I thought you were going to say, Ryan, to play it safe.
But I thought playing it safe would have been Iniesta.
Well, I know, but I want to check after this episode how many he actually...
See, as soon as you said no to Xavi, I was like, well, Iniesta can't be there, because I think Xavi's a better playmaker than Iniesta was. Iniesta was just more of a goal threat, in my opinion.
Now, typically, Dean, we had a brief chat earlier about the pod and making the episode shorter, didn't we? And I think we've just gone over an hour again.
Managed really well there.
But, you know, once me and you break up from work at the end of this week, don't we, for 6 weeks?
Yeah.
And in that, we can do a couple more, like, episodes and whatnot. And things like Footy Fortunes, we could probably do as its own episode, couldn't we?
Yeah.
And then give you some chance to get some points, Ryan.
Oh no, I'm looking forward to this chicken. I don't want to win. Give him all the points.
Give him the chicken,
Give him
lad.
the chicken.
Give him some
I enjoy losing.
It's chicken and rice.
Gonna scram some chicken.
I mean, that's the route we seem to be going down, so I might as well go all out.
May as well. But no, thanks again to everyone for watching. Make sure to follow us on Instagram. It's SFG_podcast, I believe. I believe that's the Instagram. Maybe that's the TikTok. I can't remember. You'll find us anyway. So yeah, make sure to follow us on there and on TikTok, and subscribe on YouTube as well. And trying to get all the followers up that we can, aren't we, at the minute? But no, we appreciate everyone watching, and you know, we've done 10 episodes of this now between us, and yeah, I think you've both missed an episode each, so this is your 9th. But yeah, thank you both of you for sticking it out with me. It's been good.
Pleasure as always.
Ryan, you need to do some homework on your football general knowledge. Well, no, hopefully this time next week we'll be in a great mood because we're off from work.
Yeah, right,
You're not
absolutely.
in next weekend, are you?
Nope.
And most importantly, next Sunday is the World Cup final. So if England are there, we could very well do a podcast before, potentially one after. We will see how it goes. But hopefully England get the dub on Wednesday against Argentina. Thanks everyone for watching, and until next Sunday, hope you have a great week.
Thank you.
Bye.